Um, Still, I'm gonna give it another 2 minutes. It's 11:03, so we'll give it another 2 minutes before we start. But you guys can hear me, right? You and Cyrus?
Yes, yes, hi.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I'm here.
Let me make sure this works on, because I have it live. Just trying to make sure it works. All right, cool, it works. How was your weekend, guys? I'll start with you, Wayne.
It was good, bro. That was
Good,
good.
good.
I got a couple of deals that I need to put in. That's why I'm on the call with you. I haven't
Nice.
thrown a deal in yet, so I just wanted to touch base with you. Um,
Yeah,
we
I'll
can
see
get
if I can help you.
perfect, perfect.
What about you, Cyrus? How's your week?
Oh, it's okay. I did some door knocking. Got tired, and I think I'm gonna definitely start doing the cold calling. That's accomplish more than walking around.
It is better, in my opinion. The ROI makes sense. The only thing you're paying, and you can use your phone,
Uh,
right? You can, if you wanted to, you're already paying for your phone. It's not going to be scam likely on your phone. But that, in my opinion, that is the best method. It's calling, and it's always calling around your neighborhood that makes it better.
oh yeah, yeah. Well, not only my neighborhood, just everywhere else, right? Doesn't have to be my neighborhood.
It doesn't have to be necessarily yours. We target everything. Um, but like for me and for just me as an owner, I target only my neighborhood, because it's easier for me to sell because then they trust me more. Right?
Oh,
Because I don't sell as much as you guys. You guys sell more than me.
we sell more than you.
You guys, I'm hoping,
I think you're doing definitely better than me.
Yeah, right. I want to get tapped into that too, bro. So, do I get training that from you, or where can I get that?
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna do training every Monday, 11 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah, 11 a.m. unless there's an emergency. Um, our guys will still be here and they'll tell you it's an emergency. I probably won't be here. That's the only time where if I'm sick. But
Got
uh,
you. Yeah, because I want to start calling in my county.
okay.
Just got to get tapped into that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just bring any questions you got, write them down, and I'll answer them, and I'll try to help you.
Okay.
Cool.
I think
Right.
the training is already in our,
Yes.
our
All
resource
those
center.
train. Yeah, all that training's for free, man. You already have it, and you can ask
Okay.
Joe exactly where to point you to it.
Okay.
But all right, I've been experimenting with some text messages. So Wayne, you're already kind of virtual. Cyrus, you're not virtual. So when you cold call and you set an appointment, I want to teach you guys what works for us, sending a text message. So we don't text the customer right away, like, hey, thank you so much. I build an automation that texts them between 8 to 12 hours after.
Okay.
So this automation can easily be built. So it's something like this. It would say like, hey Jane, it was a pleasure talking to you. And then what you want to do is you want to create a bio, and this can be automated. You kind of want to create a bio of yourself. This is just an example bio. So bio is like just a profile of you. That's it. So like for me, I love going to church. I love teaching baseball, and I tell them my age, where I live. Right? It's almost like if it's like door to door. If I was doing door to door, I've never done it by the way. I would give them my ID, take a picture of it. If I give you a picture of my ID, what would happen? Would you build more trust?
Yeah, absolutely.
They would build more trust. So Cyrus, someone like you, if you're going door to door, give them a picture of your ID. They're gonna buy it from you.
I show them, yeah, and I'll show them my my license number, my HIS license as well.
Do that. Yeah, exactly like that works. But someone like Wayne, he does a lot of virtual. We do a lot of virtual. We made a bio. In case you forgot, my name is John, right? You just put your name there. I'm 22 from HB, Huntington Beach. I love surfing. My mission is to help families save. I'm not here to sell, just to keep you informed. Here's a link to my social media, right? Instead of an ID, you can use your social media as your ID. So a lot of you might be scared sharing your social media. I'm not. Um, I'm very religious. You guys can go on my social media. Most of my videos are really about my kids or training you guys. Right. So that's worked for us, but we've tested that out. We're hoping, hey, they'll sit. A lot of them didn't sit, only 20%. So now what I did and I discovered I did a takeaway. So you guys know what a takeaway is, right? You give it to them and then you take it away, kind of like candy or like food. You give a lollipop to a kid and then you're like, I changed my mind, I'm gonna take it away. So now they want it. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna make sure you let them know and remind them, hey, I put you on my calendar for the date and time. It's a via Zoom, right? You can also use Crank Wheel. If you guys don't know what Crank Wheel is, it's like a Zoom. It can show your face. It's actually free for like 20 usage, and it's over your phone. No one has to download anything. It's through a browser. And then this is a takeaway. Before we meet, we're making some calls to the city because there might be a certain regulation that could affect your home. So you're going to use that takeaway and build fear, like what's going on with my home. A lot of times you will even get a customer texting us, hey, yeah, I didn't, my AC doesn't have a permit. My back house doesn't have a permit. My pool doesn't have a permit. They're actually telling you that they don't even qualify. So we would get that about 10% of the time, like, oh, that house doesn't qualify. So they already did you the favor by admitting that they did something they're not supposed to do. So it eliminates those people as well. And then you got to build fear still. From what I'm seeing right now, it might not even qualify, right? You're going to have to do a white lie. I hate lying, but I tested this out. It works. It gets the customer to show up 80%. Because if you don't do that fear, just like the news, they give fear to everybody that makes you watch the news. They're going to want to know why they don't qualify now. Why aren't they good enough to do this? That's what's going to happen. But we'll know more once we confirm. So you're getting them to make sure they show up to these meetings, confirm with the city. I'll share everything with you during our Zoom. Sounds fair. And they'll say yes right here. You're building fear. What I've noticed, a lot of people, what they'll say, like, hey, no one likes to a no-show or being ghosted, blah, blah, blah. You're almost like you've been ghosted too many times. So what I'm doing here, I'm taking it away from them. So because I take it away from them, who has power now? Who has control of this? Me or them?
Yeah, you.
Anyone? You. We have control. So here's another step. That's one step, right? It's 3-step process. It's 3 text messages. So then you're going to text them again and say, hey, Jane, an hour before the meeting, just a reminder, we're jumping on Zoom in 1 hour. I have some good news and bad news. What's the bad news? What's going on? That's what you're going to get. I'm looking forward to explaining everything to you. So this is getting them to show up because they want to know the good news and bad news. That's what you're doing. And then you give them the Zoom link. So that's 1 hour. All right. Now And we tested all this, and it took about a month to test out. It went from 50% show up rate, 20 to 50% to 80% show up rate now using this method virtually. So to stay in control, you need to do a little bit of research. So let's say you map their home wherever they live. Let's say they live right here. Let's say they live right here. You're either going to go 10 houses down, I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Let's try red. That's a little better. 10 houses down or 10 houses up. You're going to click a home. What I like to do, I'll pick a home that has solar nearby. So this house right here has solar, right? You're going to copy their address. And anyone who's ever been a True People Search, has anybody been here to this website?
Yes, I've been here.
Okay. You're going to copy their address and you're going to paste it up here. And when you're pasting it, you're actually going to get the customer's info, right? This neighbor's information. And you're going to copy this, their name. And this works. And then you're going to text them, hey, Jane, I'm running a bit late. 5 minutes before your meeting or on that time. 5 minutes before or on time. Hey, Jane, I'm running late. You're still in control because you don't need them. Most of the time, a lot of you would say like, hey, are you going to be online? Hey, I'm waiting for you. I ghost them before they ghost me. Hey, Jane, I'm running a bit late. I'm talking to your neighbor. You put their name, and then they put the address. He's looking to transition to solar. Just like when you go door knocking, the exact same way when you go door knocking. Hey, I just went across the street. They have solar panels. They transition because of this. You're doing the same thing, but in text. It's exactly the same. I'll be with you shortly. We've tested this out. Here's a text message. Let me know when you're ready from the customer. So if you are door knocking and you want to transition to virtual, it takes steps, right? Too many people would say that no one shows up. No one shows up at all. So you have to experiment step at a time, which we did. We did step at a time. Hey, will it work? Oh, hey, this works. They confirm the appointment. Oh, well, let's keep taking it away. And then they confirm, they show up. All right, you're probably asking, well, what if they ghost me? What if you send that text and they don't do nothing? You gotta ghost them back. You gotta ghost them back. So you're gonna say the same text. Like, for example, this person, we text them, hey, we're running a bit late. Same information. I'm talking to Jane here. We're doing transition. We called them, and in 20 minutes, they didn't answer. All you got to say is like, hey, I'm still running late on the voicemail. Hey, sorry, I'm still running late. So if you leave a voicemail, I'll use John here or Jane. Hey, Jane, I'm still running late. Just wanted to leave you a voicemail. I'll call you back. Click. Right? And then all you got to do is send them a text. Hey, I left you a voicemail. Hey, sorry, I'm not going to be able to make it. I'll call you on a Monday to reschedule. Or you can say, I'll call you whenever I'm available. This was a mistake right here by the sales rep. I wouldn't say Monday. Call you whenever I'm available to reschedule. Talk to you soon. That's it. So who ghosted who by saying that text message?
Well,
so I ghosted them, and I don't seem desperate. It's that easy, right? And then when you are available, I know you probably your calendar's empty. It can be empty, and you probably want this, but this is going to help you not be desperate. And the way I like to see sales is like a relationship. If I was texting a girl, like if I was the moment I met my wife, if I was texting my wife, this is probably how I would do it to get her attention, to chase me, not the other way around. So, any questions, guys? I want to help you.
Um, hey,
I'll start with Cyrus, and then I'll go with Joseph and then Wayne. Sorry.
yeah, I set up an appointment a week ago or so through this door knocking, and I called. It was supposed to be a Zoom call or a Google Meet, and there was no.
No one showed up.
Yeah, no one. No. Actually, no. I did the same. No. I did the same thing. That I'm going to be late, because I read this somewhere else too. And then when I spoke to, and then he texted me back. He says, "Oh, sorry, I only deal with people who are on time." I was like, "Geez, here we go."
Yeah.
So I don't know how to fix that.
So it's easier to say sorry, right? It's easy. It's easier to say sorry. It's not going to work for everybody, but it's easy to say sorry. So if you're married, we're all men here. We've ever said sorry to the wife?
Right.
Does she ever forgive you? Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes depends what it is, right? Something like this. Hey, sorry, sweetie, I'm late. I was late. I was caught up with work. I'm here with the kids now to play soccer, baseball, whatever. You front load it.
Yeah.
You front load it before he tells you. I only deal with people that are on time. Hey, sorry. Are you saying I shouldn't have helped the other guy switch over? Like, what would you do, sir? What would you do? Like, if it was, what do you do for work? Oh, I'm a nurse. So you're saying because you're late to help this person, you couldn't help the first person? So they're gonna bring down their defense now. They're gonna feel stupid, and that's what's really gonna happen. They'll just feel stupid. They'll kind of shrink themselves, and then they're not gonna get as defensive. And then now you both understand each other. That's what I would do.
Okay.
Cool.
And if they ghost you, even after give
Ghost them back.
to come back.
Yeah, you have to ghost them back. So a ghosting is, if they text you, it's not a ghost. If they don't respond, it's a ghost. Yeah, so if they don't respond, another thing is what you can do is to build a little bit of fear. So like, let's say you call them, somebody's ghosting you. You've been talking to this, trying to get this guy to at least sit down in a meeting for 3 months. You can say, "Hey Jane, hey, I've been trying to reach out to you for a lot of times. I don't know if your phone's disconnected or on. If you're something's wrong. Hey, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm in the neighborhood. I'm gonna stop by your house. She's gonna call you back. She's gonna tell you not to come to the house. Then you can get a chance to talk to her. It's
Oh, I see.
it's the fear, right? When I used to set my own appointments, I went to this gentleman's house and I called him. Hey, outside your house. I see your car's here. Oh no, I have two cars. I'm not home. I won't be home for a long time. And I can see him. He had like, it was in Long Beach, and I can see his house inside. I can see the guy watching TV and talking to me, thinking I'm an idiot.
Okay.
And I say, hey, you know what, dude? There's somebody inside your house. It looks like they're breaking in. I'm gonna call the cops. I'll let you go. I hung up. The guy walked out. No, that was me. I just hate these guys, blah, 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 and calling me. And I understood him now. But I got him so much fear that I got a reaction. I triggered something because he didn't expect that. A little crazy, but I realized, oh, it worked. So now they won't even ghost you because of that.
Well, my main issue is right these days is that whether through these, if they're interested in solar, or I get them interested in solar through a conversation like door knocking or cold calling, then they start calling around and they get like 4 or 5, other proposals. Then basically, how do you deal with a bunch of proposals? Like that's the main issue I have right now.
So the question is why they haven't done it. That's simple.
No,
That's a simple
yeah,
objection.
okay,
So like if he has 5 proposals, right? You have 5 proposals. Cyrus, you have 5 proposals.
right,
Why haven't you picked one of them? Why am I here? Now he's gonna tell you the objection,
right.
and then that's it. I would figure out what the objection is. What doesn't he want? What doesn't he like about these guys?
Or what happened, for example, last year I was working with this other solar company. Uh, like this client says, "Oh, give me your best rate." I said, "Okay." So I spoke to my manager and gave him, a special, like, a nice discount. Then we never heard back from him because then I realized this guy was using our discount and trying to get outbeats, like compete, like to went to our competition, try to basically shopping around. So
Yeah,
and he went with someone else because that was somebody was able to beat our price, and then we couldn't beat, go lower. So
yeah,
how do you do that? How do you make sure that these guys are not using,
easy,
you know
easy. So solar is a technology, right?
right,
It's Apple iPhones or phones
right,
technology.
right.
Can you go to the Apple store and ask for a discount?
Yeah, sure.
You can?
No, no, not
Well,
that. No.
so why do you think you can ask for technology discount right now?
It's basically, like a cut from a commission, trying to get the sale done.
Tell them you don't get commission. It's that easy.
Well, then
So it's gonna shrink them. Easy. Honestly, it's gonna shrink them because we've gotten discounts, like or asked discounts when I'll say, hey, you have an Android there. That's technology, right? He's like, yeah. Solar's technology? Yeah. So why do you think we would be able to do a discount? If you can't go to the Apple store to get a discount, you can't really get a
so,
discount here
so you're
either.
saying don't give any discounts,
Don't give discounts. Don't give discounts. Your
or
value, your value is gonna go up.
what if okay, so if I'm competing with 5 or 6 other companies, solar companies, and if they're giving discounts, I'm just right off the bat, I'm losing him.
I rather get 3 customers for the price of 10. Price of 10.
Okay.
Isn't it easier to manage 3 than 10?
Yeah.
There it is.
May I mention something?
Yes.
Yeah, one of the things that I do too is I tell people, I said, yeah, I totally understand. I have a lot of customers that they want to shop around, make sure they're getting the best, you know, best pricing and all that. I said, but the problem is that the customers don't know how to compare apples to apples. Sometimes the salesperson may be giving you a better price, but he's giving you half the quality of equipment or panels that are less production, or he's lowering the price because you're getting 70% of the power you actually need. I said, so, I pride myself on educating the customer. So if you can, I'll tell you this, I can beat any proposal you have, but as long as it's comparative, because if somebody's giving you 25% less panels, excuse me, they're giving you a battery that's not as large or inferior quality. They are they're lowering the price by giving you less production. There's a lot of these things, and you would want to know that. I can't tell you how many people I came across who got a good deal on solar, and it was 20-30% less power than they actually needed. Now they're getting this huge extra bill. I said, you really want to make sure you're making a competent decision. So if you can give me those proposals, I'll go through them with you, and we can compare apples to apples. Because if you're doing it just on price, you may find yourself getting 2 bills or less quality equipment or in a much worse place.
Yeah, I think that's good.
That seems to work really well for me. Then they're like, oh darn, I don't really, I don't necessarily know what I'm getting. So it really, and I said if it's apples to apples, I'll beat any price you got. I'd rather have some sale than no sale. But more often than not, they end up just going. They don't even get me all the proposals. They end up just going with me. And when the ones that do, and I show them, well, here you've got a battery that's half the size. You've got 20-30% less panels than you actually need. I said, are you saving money, or are you just setting yourself up to get to a second large bill? And that seems to work really well.
Yeah, everybody is different. I'm more like the questions where they kind of shrink themselves and they kind of submit to me,
Uh-huh.
and Joseph here is more like he'll like to tell them and explain it. So but either method can work depending on what you prefer. There's so many different ways of selling something. It's really just whatever you prefer. Cyrus.
Yeah, your way may work better. I was just mentioning what
That works in my opinion. I've tried that before, and it does work. And they pick me, where you can even ask them the question like, we don't give the discount, but you can go shop around, bring those quotes. I can look over everything and I can break it down to you, and you can make a final decision. Just give me the last opportunity, since I was the first person. I've learned to say that, and that works.
yeah, got a few options there that
Yeah. What about you, Joseph? You can keep going. If you got any questions on the text message or anything.
you know what? I was taking care of some plumbing in the house. It just finished, so I missed the first 5 minutes. Would you just go through the sequence real quick, just so I can
Sure.
jot it down?
I think. Did you see this part? The bio?
Bio. Explain what that is real quick.
Okay, so you still go to people's houses, or do you do virtually now?
I go to people's houses and virtual, both.
Okay. Do you get like ghosted or no shows when you do virtual?
Sometimes, yeah,
Okay.
sometimes.
So if you can automate this has worked for us. So it's pretty easy, but you have to make sure it triggers about 8 to 12 hours after, and make sure it's not 9, 10 p.m.
When you say after, once you've sent them that, you send them that 8-10 hours after.
Yeah, so let's say it's 11:30 Pacific time. You probably want to text them 4 o'clock.
Mhm.
You can automate this, um, or you can schedule it on your phone. You know how you
Mhm.
can schedule time to text.
Okay.
So you can do something like that. So what we did is we create a bio. This is the bio.
You do this all over text? This is all text?
All text, correct.
Okay, got it.
Hey, in case you forgot, my name is John. I'm 22 years old from HB. I love surfing. My mission is to help families save. I'm not here to sell, just to keep you informed. Here's a link to my social media. And I was telling Cyrus that when I used to go to people's homes, I would give them my ID, let them take a picture, your HIS or your driver's license, and that helped me build a lot of trust. And it's kind of the same thing, because then you're using social media, and you're probably similar to me. You probably don't post much. You probably post about training, or maybe the benefits of going solar, and a lot of family time in my stories. So then they'll see that I'm a real person. They end up choosing me. So the social media is really your ID, and then you're gonna let them know of the time you guys booked it, and the Zoom link if you wanted to do Zoom. But then you want to take it away. Hey, before we meet, we're making some calls to the city because there might be a certain regulation that could affect your home. So when you tell them that certain regulation, we'll get customers telling us that their HVAC's not permitted, their pool's not permitted, they all these areas that are not permitted can't even do solar. So it helps you save time, right? So it builds that fear. And then what you want to say is, hey, from what I'm seeing right now, it might not even qualify. Again, you're building that fear so you're in control, so you don't seem desperate. And you're pretty much saying that you'll go into details during our meeting. And then you just say, ask a question, sounds fair? And if they say yes, that's pretty much confirming. So that's our first text. And then the second text, you're kind of just reminding them that you have good news and bad news of it, regardless if they text or didn't. And then you give them the Zoom link. And the last, this is where you probably stopped by, right? You remember this?
Yeah, that's the one where you said you were at the neighbors and you're going to be below.
Correct. Correct. So you already know this part. So that's the way it works. Any questions?
No, I was just trying to follow the sequence. You had two screenshots, the last ones with the blue messaging. I got the last one. What, just briefly go, there was
So
two.
Ray, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, you ghost them before you. Okay.
Yeah, I ghost them and then I give them another text telling them that I'm running late.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing.
Okay.
Cool. Any questions?
I haven't started using the deal machine, but is it user friendly or is it a little complicated?
It's very user friendly.
Okay.
I think it's the best thing. I would export, if I were you, the contacts and put them in a dial system. Excuse me, in a dial system. It's just easier for you.
I'm sorry, what was the cost again for that? Like how many to get for how many, for how much?
I don't remember. I don't know if it's 2,500 a month, 25,000 or 2,500 contacts for $100. But you have to filter it extremely well.
Okay.
It's all about the filters.
And you said export them into a dialer so you're not calling onesie twosies. So
Yeah, it has its own dialing system if you wanted to use that.
Just charge extra, right, for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, I've been calling them one at a time, but I know when I've used the dialer, it was much faster.
It is faster with the dialer. Any other questions before I move with Wayne? No? All right. Go for it, Wayne.
Hey, yeah. So real quick, I saw your script there. Is that available like online or on the?
Yeah, I'm gonna after this, I'll put it on there, and then you can copy and paste it to text your customers.
Perfect. Yeah, we could just personalize it to ourselves. And
Correct.
then and then that's just based on us finally making contact with them and able to set a Zoom call with them, right? Because that's the virtual side of it.
It's the virtual side, correct?
Right.
So
I see you creating fear in the virtual side.
Yeah, after you talk to them, you book the appointment. You can either do it yourself, text them, or automate it. If you're like by yourself, and it's just you and somebody else, I think texting is fine off your phone. I don't think you need all these automations because you probably are good with 2 to 4 appointments a day, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So I would save your money on the automation because it's just going to cost you more, and it doesn't make
Got
sense.
you. And I can appreciate that. What about in terms of when you actually have a face-to-face or belly-to-belly, when you're actually meeting them at the house? Is there any type of other tactic that you use or employ to make sure they show up and we don't have we
To
don't
make
get
sure
torched?
to make sure they show up, it's just that text that you're running late,
Okay.
right? And then if they text you, that means they're okay that you're running late. If they
Got you.
ghost you kind of ghost them back, and then you put it on your calendar to make sure you reach out to them like the same time that you call to book the appointment. Yeah, and then
Say that again.
once they answer, I wouldn't rebook it. They're gonna say yes. I would present it.
Yeah.
Present it. Don't rebook it, because again, they're gonna if they're not interested, they're just gonna get you off the phone.
Right.
Right. I'm on 5-minute conversation. You might as well just explain the whole numbers within 10 minutes.
Yep.
And at least get that opportunity to trigger their emotion. But what I'll do next week, because I want to do it by stages, how we run our company. I'll teach you guys how we run our proposals. So we'll teach you next week on how we run the proposals, what you should do in the beginning, what kind of questions you should be asking, how do you trigger their pain. And that should help you there.
For sure.
Cool.
I have one quick question, fast off
Sure.
topic. I'm just starting to work on my social media now. You mentioned, can you, even though it's off topic, you mentioned how do the lookalike list? How does that help us again? Can you just briefly go over that?
Yeah, a lookalike. So are you doing ads?
I'm planning to.
So this only applies for ads.
Yeah, I am
Okay.
going to do some. Yes.
Right. So
Yeah.
a lookalike audience is you can get leads that you've already have. You put it in a CSV file, right? You put it in a CSV file and then you upload that to the ads. So it's going to target people that look exactly like your current customers.
Ah, okay.
That's all you're doing.
Okay, that makes sense. I just want to refresh how to use that. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. Any other questions? I got like 2 more minutes.
So we're good for next week then, same time?
Same time, every week at 11. Next week, I'll break down how to present the proposal.
Excellent. And I'll get with Joe on how to run that dialer, get that going.
All right. Awesome.
And then I
Sounds
got I got a proposal that I need to throw in. Joe can help me with that as well, right?
Yes, he can. Yeah, send him a text.
Excellent.
Set up a meeting with each other, help each other out.
Excellent. Thanks, Joe.
All right, no problem, Wayne.
Thank you,
Talk to
guys.
you guys later. Take
All
care.
It was a pleasure.
Thanks.
Bye.